I'm Luke Hatfield, alongside me, Wolves correspondent here at the Express and Star, Joe Edwards. Joe, we have been to Compton, we've spoken to Nuno, the weather is terrible, so we've come back to film our preview video. A long old way to go tomorrow as well for Wolves Bournemouth. Back on the horse, Wolves.
Back on the grind, first of 10 fixtures before the new year for Wolves. So they've already played 24. There's now let up for Wolves anytime soon. That's for sure. But Nuno and Co, of course, embracing it. They're used to it now, for better or worse. And as we say, 24 games already, 10 more to come before the new year. It's not exactly down the road. It's a pretty decent trip to Dorset to face Bournemouth, and there's not much to separate the teams, to be honest. No. It's
one goal.
So Wolves 8th, Bournemouth 9th. It should be a pretty close game. Wolves have got some players coming back from international duty. Everybody seems to be okay-ish, with a few to be assessed. So fingers crossed they're all okay and Wolves can win.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Nuno wasn't vintage Nuno. Let's just put it that way. He didn't have too much to say about the game, but it's one that he's certainly been looking forward to, and one that he's got to take very seriously, because his Bournemouth side, yes, they're a bit hit and miss, but I tell you what, on their day, they can be a real problem.
Well, of course, last time out of town, they beat Man United, and I don't think anybody could really argue that they deserved it. You know, they've got some good players. Callum Wilson's a top striker. Harry Wilson's done well for him as well. Yeah. I like Philip Billing in midfield. He was a player in the summer that I thought Wolves wouldn't do too badly to have a look at. Ended up going to Bournemouth. He's done pretty well there. So they've got some good players. They play a pretty solid 4-4-2, and the fitness of Adama Traore kind of dictates whether Wolves play a 3-4-3. Nuno wasn't very clear in terms of the players who have knocks and don't have knocks in today's press conference, but did say Adama is one of the ones being assessed. Ryan Bennett has kind of admitted that he's still not 100% with his groin issue, maybe not starting anyway, but Vinagre, Neto, Gibbs, White, they've all got minor issues as well, so that may well be the group that Nuno is referring to. But you're looking at Jimenez, Jota, you know, they've all come back from international duty and doing so with renewed confidence. First start for Portugal for Jota, a couple more goals and an assist for Jimenez for Mexico. So despite the air miles and despite the extra games for them, I think they're coming back in good shape.
Yeah, you do wonder whether that's going to work in their favour or not with Wolves. We know Wolves have been very vigilant in the way they've looked after the players and the way they've dealt with international breaks with such a small squad. But you do wonder, it's a long old way to go, especially for someone like Raul Jimenez. If he comes back, is he going to be fit and firing? Is he going to be as sharp as you'd want him to be, or is he going to be a little bit tired?
We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But I think everybody at Wolves, at least, is confident that he'll be okay. And Ryan Bennett has been saying he's the talisman. He's never really affected him badly before. He's always kind of took it in his stride and carried on going. So I think that'll probably prove to be the case again. I fully expect him to start the game anyway. In terms of this game, and you know, as he said, we're always vigilant, not just because of the festive period. They are always vigilant, and they are. And you know, they'll leave no stone unturned in the preparation for this game and the preparation for the many games to come over the next few weeks. But it's going to be a busy period, and this kind of kicks off now back to the grind. If you got to have a rest over this international break, your Conor Cowdeys, your Ryan Bennett's, people like that kind of got to put the feet up for a few days. But it's fully back into it now, and Wolves, of course, looking to make it 8 unbeaten in the Premier League.
Yes, certainly, and as you said, you know, the international breaks come. Did it come at a bad time for Wolves? Because they got some good results before it.
Yeah.
It's almost one way you don't want to have a break, do you?
Almost. I'm kind of leaning towards that it did come at a good time, but a worrying knack for Wolves in the past has been the game afterwards.
Yeah.
It's I'm pretty sure the Chelsea game was after an international break, and that was pretty humbling.
Wasn't pretty.
And there was a couple of results last season as well after international breaks that were a bit eyebrow raising, let's say. So the onus is on them to kind of dispel that trend really, and just show and that the break doesn't affect them. they wanted to sign off with a win before the break. Obviously did that against Villa, so that's good. And it's about having that snowball effect and keeping things ticking over, because Wolves are 8th in the table, and they're on the same amount of points that they were this time last year. And we all kind of, well, I say we all kind of thought, at least I thought, that a 7th place push this year was probably out the realm. But it's not. It really isn't. I think Wolves, could really still push for that. I know the squad's small, but the starting 11 that they've got at the moment, I think, is a match for most teams, and hopefully it'll be too much for Bournemouth to cope with.
And lastly, Joe, the one question I will ask as well: it's a long trip tomorrow. It's an even longer one in midweek.
Yeah.
Does Nuno play this a little bit differently, knowing that he's got a game in midweek away in Portugal? Does he want to go out and win that one, or does he say, well, I mean, he'll want to win both, but will he maybe rest some players?
I think he'll go strong for both, because I think obviously it is a bit of a quick turnaround, but it's not as if it's Sunday afternoon then Thursday. At least it's a traditional Saturday 3:00 kick-off. Yes, it may not seem like too much of a difference to some people, but for people who kind of plan as vigilantly as Wolves, those extra hours can be massive. So I think, because it's a Saturday 3:00 and then it's a Thursday night, as we know and we come to expect with the Europa League, I think that stands Wolves in pretty good stead. So I'd imagine they'll go strong for both games, looking to get 2 wins on the board, keep on track in the Premier League and seal that place in the knockout stages of the Europa.
Let's hope they can do it, right? So a busy old week for Wolves. For all the latest on them, make sure you stay with expressandStar.com.